Heyo YouTube, what's going on today? Hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. Today I'm coming at you with my top 10 most anticipated comic books for March 2022. At number 10, I got Shadow War by Joshua Williamson and Victor Bogdanovich. The three books that Joshua Williamson are writing, Batman, Robin, and Deathstroke Inc. are all converging and coming together for an event. Woohoo! Another event. Solicitation says Shadow War Part 1. When Deathstroke assassinates Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul demands revenge and sends her League of Shadows to kill Deathstroke and Deathstroke Inc. Batman and Robin must team up to track down Deathstroke and bring him to justice. But do they? Expect over-the-top fights, action, mystery, and betrayal as this crossover event creates a major impact on the DCU. Continued in Batman number 122. So next week, New Comic Book Day, March 2nd, we're going to have Batman 121 to wrap up the Abyss arc. And then after that, later in the month, we're getting this Shadow War crossover because Robin apparently just came to Gotham City in his book. And that's how he's creating this crossover here, Joshua Williamson, that is. So what do we have for covers? We have, this is the cover A, which that's probably what I'll get. I like the cover A. And then we have a Bogdanovich cover, B. Alright, my next book is number 9, Strange. This book is written by Jed MacKay with art from Marcelo Ferreira. And the solicitation says, a new Sorcerer Supreme rises, Doctor Strange is dead, and a new Sorcerer Supreme has taken the title, or should we say Sorceress. Haunted by her recently returned memories, Clea longs to bring Stephen Strange back from the dead. But when a mysterious group attacks the magical realm, Clea must rise to the duties of Sorcerer Supreme, for she is the sole protector of Earth against magical threats. Don't miss the twists and turns as Jed MacKay continues the story from the death of Doctor Strange with artist Marcelo Ferreira from The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm pretty excited for Strange. I haven't really read a whole lot of Strange. I read the first issue of Death of Doctor Strange just because I picked up the Momoko cover for it a little bit later as it was a back issue. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Always excited for a new series, and Doctor Strange is really cool. So here we go. We got two covers for you. The cover A, and here is Campbell's cover. I'm not sure if this is cover B. I think it is. J. Scott Campbell. And this is probably my cover of the year so far. It is the Art Gem Strange cover. So beautiful. Alright, at number 8, we got The Crimson Cage from John Lees and Alex and Ashley Cormack as a husband and wife, artist and colorer. So that's pretty cool. But Crimson Cage has been incredible so far. So I'm excited to see where they go with this one. Issue 4 is the one coming out in March. I think it's mid-March. It might be towards the end. We actually have 5 weeks of New Comic Book Days in March. So that's pretty cool. But Crimson Cage issue number 4 actually has its own solicitation, and it says, the blood-drenched pro-wrestling retelling of Macbeth continues. Having aided her husband in achieving his goal, Charlene Frenzy focuses on pursuing her own wrestling ambitions with unexpected, violent consequences. Elsewhere, Chuck Frenzy receives bad news that shakes him to his core. Can he avert from his wicked path, or is it already too late for him? And on the horizon, the Crimson Cage awaits. I'm really excited to see where they head towards the conclusion for this. I think it's 5 issues total, which AWA seems to like doing. I'm really excited to see where this goes and how they conclude it. Unfortunately, they only have a cover A, which is fine. Alright, next, at number 7, we have Batman Superman World's Finest from Mark Waid and Dan Mora. Now, I know they've done a few Batman Superman World's Finest series in the past, and I don't know if this is a continuation or if it's a whole new story. I think it's a 12-issue miniseries, and the solicitation says, The Dark Knight, the Man of Steel. They are the two finest superheroes that the world has ever known, and they're together again in an epic new series from the legendary talents of Mark Waid and Dan Mora. In the not-too-distant past, Superman's powers are supercharged from a devastating chemical attack by the villain Metallo, and the only ally that the ultra-powerful Man of Tomorrow can turn to in his turbulent hour is Gotham's own dark vengeance, the Batman. A nearly fatal burst of power drives Bruce Wayne to his own extreme measures to help his friend, enlisting none other than the Doom Patrol for aid. It's the world's greatest superheroes from the world's greatest comic book talent in an epic comic book experience that kicks off the next big events in the DCU. Get ready, it's time to soar. What more can be said than that solicitation itself? Batman, Superman, definitely the two biggest DC superheroes coming together for a team up book. I'm hoping there isn't like a whole bunch of superheroes. Hopefully this isn't like Civil War or something like that, where every single superhero that they can think of is all in this book. I just want it to be Batman and Superman beating up some villains together. That sounds awesome to me, and hopefully this book is chock full of action, and I'm sure it will be because it's Mark Waid and it's Batman and Superman. All right, what do we have for covers here? We have cover A. We have this Jim Lee cardstock variant. We have this Lee Weeks cardstock variant. We have this pretty cool Seinfeld variant. And this cover, oh man, almost in contention with the other Art Germ Strange cover, is a Batman Superman World's Finest Art Germ cover, and this thing is gorgeous. And then we have, I believe the way to pronounce his name is Fabok, one of those two, his cover, and I just think this is really cool. Look at the gargoyle there and the dove representing Batman and Superman. That is just really cool. All right, next we have Dark Knights of Steel, and the only issue we have coming out, at least marketing-wise, is issue number 5. I'm really excited for this issue to see, where we're gonna go. I wonder if the L family is going to finally learn about what Kara did and how they're going to deal with that. If they're going to embrace her or if they're going to shun her. I have a feeling that it's going to cause a rift between Bruce Wayne and Kal-El. I'm really excited for this. This one's written by Tom Taylor. He's doing fantastic, and Yasmin Putri is probably my favorite interior artist that I've seen so far for any comic. Granted, I have a pretty limited experience. I've only started collecting and reading comics seriously this year. But Yasmin Putri's work in Dark Knights of Steel is absolutely incredible. Joshua Middleton. His covers, showing you now, cover B, cardstock Josh Middleton cover for Dark Knights of Steel. He's doing one for each issue, it seems, and they've all been incredible. If it wasn't for Art Germ, this would probably be my cover of the month. All right, next we got Cowboy Bebop. We're having 2 issues, at least that's what they're saying. We have 2 issues in March. The first week and the last week. It is a 5-week month for New Comic Book Day. This series is written by Dan Waters and with art from Lamar Matherin. Issues 2 or 3 don't have, their own solicitation, but Cowboy Bebop as a comic book is a little bit less popular, so I'll go ahead and read off the short solicitation for you. An original story set in the year 2171, the bounty hunter crew of the spaceship Bebop chase an ex-gang member who holds a vest which gives the wearer unlimited luck. Which, yeah, they kind of went over all that in the first issue and kind of, began to set up the whole plot. And I really dug the first issue. I haven't seen the Netflix series, and I probably won't watch the Netflix series, even though they say this is based on the Netflix series. To me, it felt a lot like the original anime, and that's the only Cowboy Bebop media that I've consumed. So I'm excited to see where they go with this Cowboy Bebop series. I don't even know how long it's going to be. Hopefully it's not just a mini. I really hope they continue it on because I think it's excellent so far. And we have cover A for issue 3. And then we have this really neat cover for issue 3 with featuring Jet Black and Ein. All right, and next up we have at number 4, Rogue Sun from Ryan Parrott. I don't want to say Parrot, but it could be Parrot. I think it's Ryan Parrott and Abel. The solicitation says, yesterday, New Orleans' greatest hero, Rogue Sun, was murdered. Today, rebellious teenager Dylan Siegel discovers that Rogue Sun was his estranged father, Marcus, and that he's inherited his father's mantle. Tasked with protecting our world from the forces of the supernatural and solving his father's murder, Dylan will be forced to come to terms with the man he spent the majority of his life hating. From acclaimed writer Ryan Parrott, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fame and Dead Day, and rising star artist Abel from Harley Quinn and Crimes of Passion, comes a supernatural murder mystery that explores the complicated bond between father and son and cements itself squarely in a corner of the Image Comics superhero universe. And speaking of that Image Comics superhero universe, I absolutely love Radiant Black. I'm excited for Radiant Red is what it's called, and then Radiant Pink I don't think is going to get her own series, which is totally fine. We got Supermassive, and we got this new Rogue Sun run, so I'm super excited to see how they all bridge together and just this new world that Image is creating for their superheroes. As far as covers for Rogue Sun, here's the cover A. Here's the cover B from Montez. And there's a lot of covers for Rogue Sun. However, most of them are either ratio covers or exclusive covers. So I didn't want to go over a whole bunch of exclusive covers because there's a ton for Rogue Sun, and they're all beautiful. I would just check it out online. All right, next up at number 3, we have Silver Surfer Rebirth number 3 from Ron Mars and Ron Lim. The team of Rons are at it again with another issue of Silver Surfer Rebirth. The first 2 have been absolutely incredible. Issue number 1 was my pick of the month for January 2022, and issue number 2 might turn out to be my pick of the week, at least, for last week's New Comic Book Day. The solicitation says the Silver Surfer has stumbled into a reality with a blast from the past. Master and servant are reunited, and it's not going to be a happy one. I'm curious to see, where they keep going with this team up with Thanos and Silver Surfer. Such an unlikely duo, but really cool, and I just love the nostalgia feel that Silver Surfer Rebirth is giving us so far. So here's cover A, and here is the cover B Talaski variant. And get ready for this one, guys. Here is a Carnage Forever Sakura. I believe it's Sakura is his last name variant, or her last name. I'm not sure. But look at this super dope cover. You have like Carnage, the whole symbiote like taking over Silver Surfer and his board. He just looks so cool. All right, next up, at number 2, we have Venom Lethal Protector from David Michelini and Ivan Fiorelli. I'm curious to see where this one goes, since there is already at least one Venom Lethal Protector run. I'm not sure if there's... I have a feeling that there's 2 already. But this one says, as a solicitation, an epic return. Before Carnage and Space Gods, clones and toxins, and the revelation that he was a father, Eddie Brock was a down-on-his-luck reporter who had tried to take his own life and been saved by an extraterrestrial alien. This all-new story, set in the character's earliest days, welcomes Venom co-creator David Michelini back into the symbiote hive with open arms, as he and rising star Ivan Fiorelli unite to tell a new, horrifying tale that not only revisits the wicked web-slinger's past, but hints at what's to come in his future. So I'm curious to see if Ram V's run of Venom is going to keep going, and these 2 are going to run side by side, or is Ram V's run going to get cut short? I know there's a trade paperback coming out that's a volume 1 for Venom, for Ram V's Venom. So I don't know if they're cutting it short, or if they're going to run parallel to each other, but I'm assuming this is a continuation of the old Venom Lethal Protector series, since it says at the very beginning of the solicitation an epic return, and then it also says it revisits the wicked web slinger's past, but hints at what's to come in his future. So I'm really curious to see where this goes. But either way, even if it's just a retelling, I'm picking it up because I haven't read Venom Lethal Protector anyways, and I'm excited for this. I love the symbiotes, so symbiote stuff. Alright, so what do we have for covers for this one? We have the cover A. We have a Sienkiewicz color. I said color. Cover. Alright, we got a Perio cover. And we have a Kirkham cover. All really cool covers. I really like that Sienkiewicz cover, though. I think that one's my favorite. Alright, what do we have for number 1? Rom V and Francesco Mana with Carnage. Hopefully it doesn't peter out at 5. Hopefully it doesn't peter out at 12 or 16. Hopefully I'm pushing for 100, right? I know it's like completely unrealistic, but give me like Amazing Spider-Man numbers on this Carnage run, please. Alright, the solicitation says, the blood-curdling Carnage series you've been waiting for. Rom V has carved a perfect home for himself in the symbiote corner of the Marvel U, and in this all-new, ongoing series, starring Venom's most notorious offspring, that corner is about to get a little bit bigger, and bloodier. After the revelations of Carnage Forever, and in a year that's set to be a celebration of all things Carnage, this is one symbiote story you cannot afford to miss. Can't be more excited for this series. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I love Carnage, and that's pretty much it. I'm super excited. Ram V is pretty awesome. I haven't read a ton of his stuff. I'm not reading Venom right now, which I almost regret, but I haven't heard the greatest things about Venom, to be honest. So hopefully it's good for you guys that are reading it. I might catch a trade once it comes out, but Carnage is my dude, man. Alright, here we have cover A, which is beautiful. And this thing has a few sweet covers. My pick is this one, the Bagley cover. And here we have a Hitch cover. We have this sweet Ron Lim cover. And we have this beautiful Dan Panosian cover. These things are sweet, man. Love them. Alright, that's it for me. That's my top 10 most anticipated comics for March 2022. Let me know in the comments below, what are you looking forward to?